Yo, 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 what it do? What it do? It's your boy Donnell Torres, and we back again with another video, man. And today we are going to be doing a few things. Pretty much the gist of the video is going over the fall off of rappers and musicians. And for those who don't know, the fall off is pretty much like, say a rapper achieve success, they're on top, their name is widely known, they're getting interviews, their albums are all over the place, they're getting all the promo, things like that, right? And then over the course of time, they start to fade out. Their music isn't hitting as well. Usually the time frame of that happening, it's like maybe like a year or two after they're at the very top. Then they start kind of hitting that decline a little bit, and that's when reality start to hit. They're so used to the the glitz, the glamour, the fame, and whatnot, and their careers start going down, and now they're everyone's starting to say they fell off, they're not able to make hits anymore, they don't have that traction, right? And I came across this list a few days ago. I posted it on the Major Luck Media Instagram page, and I'm gonna show you guys what this is here. Let me see. All right, so this is top 10 rappers that fell off, right? We have, top 10. It says top 10 rappers that fell off, but it's 11. It's 11. Okay. Look, I didn't make this list. I just took it somewhere. Okay, I just took it from somewhere, and the top 10 rappers that fell off, but there's 11 names on this list. Anyway, I digress. So we got number 1, Bobby Shmurda, right? 2, Quando Rondo. 3, Lil Baby. 4, NBA YoungBoy. 5, Rich Homie Quan. 6, Lil Pump, which Lil Pump is displayed in this picture here. We got 7, Designer. 8, DaBaby. 9, Roddy Ricch. 10, Meek Mill. 11, Polo G. Now, do I agree with this list? Somewhat, kind of. I feel like DaBaby isn't necessarily falling off per se. He still is making music. He still got music that's popping off in the club scene. Lil Baby, I know a lot of people have been complaining about Lil Baby's music, like it's sounding the same all the time, but it's I don't know. I don't really listen to Lil Baby too much. Meek Mill, he's still putting out music. All the other ones I kind of agree with, so. I bring up this list to actually react to a video, right? All right, so this video, hold on. All right. This video is pretty much describing what happens after rappers fall off. Now, this is my first time seeing this video, but I'm gonna give some commentary on what I think about the whole fall off, rappers falling off, because rappers falling off, or not having as much success as they once had it, is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes rappers fall off on purpose, and they feel like it's easier for them to maintain a lifestyle. Being on top all the time being, you know, always trying to provide hits and things like that, it can get difficult, right? It can get hard and get difficult. So it takes a mental toll. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into this video, and you know, I'm gonna give my commentary on it, and then we're gonna go from there. So.
Rappers' career is about as unpredictable as the music industry itself. Thanks to platforms like SoundCloud and TikTok, these past few years we've seen thousands of new artists blow up seemingly overnight. However, with the rap scene so saturated now and more music being released today than ever before, just as fast as these artists rise is a lot of times just as fast as they fall. While for some the fall from grace is rather quiet, disappearing off the grid or back to the farm, as we're about to see for others though, it's often quite difficult to accept this inevitable fate, leading to them doing whatever they can to pay their bills.
I just want to ask a question. Are you Young Jack? Can you turn around?
Yo.
Oh,
so you must have fell off or something like
11-11, shout out to you.
Yo, the fact that she just straight up asked him if he's Young Jock, and then she followed up with the "you must have fell off" or something, that is wild. That's wild. That's wild. I never seen anything like that before. That's crazy.
Money's for many moons.
Today, you always hear discussion about if a rapper fell off or why a rapper fell off. However, nobody ever talks about what happens after a rapper's career declines and the spotlight fades. Making a living as a successful musician here in 2024 is honestly extremely hard, and I applaud anybody who's able to pull it off. With that being said, the point of this video is not to expose or necessarily call out any of these artists. All good things have to come to an end, and there's really nothing wrong with working a quote normal 9 to 5 and making money legally to pay your bills. So while it is easy to clown and laugh at these no longer popular rappers such as Young Jock, who is out here driving for rideshare apps, along with also appearing on the VH1 show Love and Hip Hop, usually another sign you fell off, I actually respect that way more though than some of these guys like Smoke Burp or YB and Namir, who, as we'll see in a second, have resorted to scamming what little fans they have left.
Scam by YB and Namir for $2,000. He basically was gonna pay me my money back. I was the first one to get my money back. Once
Out here scamming the fans? That's no bueno.
Never got no response, so pretty much that's the dud. Like, charge it to the game.
The lavish lifestyle of a famous rapper appears to be filled with million-dollar record contracts, mansions, chains, watches, girls, and designer clothes. However, the truth is nothing lasts forever. But before we take a look at the true life of a former artist and the constant struggle to maintain that rich rapper image despite up to their knees in pack taxes like Lil Pump, first I gotta tell you about this fun game I've been playing. Seeing as the fact that rappers have the biggest egos and most simply couldn't let people see them out working a 9 to 5, this raises the question, what do rappers do after they fall off? Well, in order to answer that, it's important for us to first define what it actually means to, quote, fall off, because there's definitely levels to it. According to the Urban Dictionary, to fall off in rap music means to fall off the radar either due to not releasing any material, releasing crap, or selling out.
Releasing crap.
I'll tell you that guys like DaBaby, Chance the Rapper, or Roddy Ricch fell off. However, while
see, this whole thing with DaBaby, right? My whole thing is, I don't think DaBaby fell off. Everyone says DaBaby fell off. I don't think so. He still got music that's, you know, banging in the club. Yes, I agree he doesn't get as much I guess publicity as someone like a Drake or something, but DaBaby's still doing his thing, man. He's still chilling, so I don't know.
Some would agree they've decreased in popularity as evident through their recent album sales. They're still raking in millions of dollars each year from the massive hits in their catalog and from still playing shows around the world.
Hey yo, what happened to your leg?
I was at the top, and I fell off.
Yo, he a fool.
26 million monthly listeners, DaBaby is definitely not stressing. With a certified diamond record, I can guarantee you that Roddy Ricch will not be driving for Uber anytime soon.
Yeah, if he's smart with his money.
So when we talk about feed the streets, this dude got a full diamond fork.
See, see, that's where the stupidity started to come in. You buying dumb shit like that. My man, look, he got a fork. The fork gonna fall off. Someone gonna find the fork and sell it on eBay or something. Man, this is where the stupidity come into play. You need to take your money and invest this shit properly. Doing this, that is gonna mess you up. That's gonna mess you up. Let's continue.
The same also goes for artists like B.O.B., who besides his flat earth theory, no one has honestly heard about in a decade. But yet with smash hits like Airplanes, Headband, Nothing on
B.O.B. had a decent career though.
I can assure you he's doing just fine financially.
Yeah, B.O.B. had a decent career.
His career in the dumps is still raking it in.
Oh, Big Soulja, Big Draco?
So that number It was like a subscription, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could text it or call it, and you know what I'm saying? So I probably make like 100,000 a month off of that, just people calling that number.
Even these rappers with only one hit.
You gotta respect Big Draco. He be putting in that work. He a hustler. Say what you want about his music. Soulja Boy's a hustler.
Those were two massively successful mainstream hits. So while it's not like you'll catch the baby out serving chicken at your local fast food spot, you may, however, spot a much smaller artist such as Icy Twat, who is called out for working at Bojangles.
Who the hell is Icy Twat?
There's nothing wrong with grinding and getting paid, especially when you consider just how little artists actually make from streaming revenue. To give you a better idea, Spotify pays an average of only $0.003 to $0.005 per stream, which, while that makes it one of the highest paying streaming platforms, that still isn't even a penny. For example, here's Pro Era member Desi Hines' 2023 Spotify stats. After working closely with Joey Badass in the past, Desi has kinda disappeared these past few years. With a total of 550,000 streams in 2023, if we do the math real quick, that's only about $2,000. Yeah, there's still Apple Music and the other streaming sites too, but I think you get the point.
Look, this is my whole thing with streaming services, right? And people can say what they want. Yes, do I agree streaming services should be paying more to artists? Yes, I do agree. But you also got to keep in mind, when these artists get paid out from these streaming services, they have to pay their label, management, all that stuff. And not only that, but it depends on how much music they have out. If you only got one album out, you're not going to get as many streams as, say, if you got 10 albums out or 100 songs out. There's a big difference. So it varies. You gotta look at, like, for example, you gotta look at artists like Russ. He was getting paid out like $20,000 a month on his streaming revenue, and that's because he didn't have to split it with no one, and he had a whole bunch of songs. So if you have a whole bunch of songs and you don't have to split it with anyone, you're gonna make money. Other than that, you ain't gonna make no money. Let's continue.
Artists bring in the biggest percentage of their income is through ticket sales and merchandise. But at the same time, if you're a rapper who fell off like Smoke Perp, nobody will want to come to your shows or buy your merch.
Yeah. Dang, that's my empty. Be like that.
It leads to clips like this that go viral for the wrong reasons, only fueling that fallen off narrative even more. The moment you sign to a record label, you no longer own your music, and they are now taking huge cuts out of your profit. Despite these multi-million-dollar advances we see from labels that are extremely tempting to young rappers, the music industry is a very easy trap to get sucked into.
Here's what motherfuckers don't understand about labels. You're taking their money. You're not gonna make a cent until
everything back.
Pays them back that
$10 million. Yup.
Typically, when a rapper signs a record contract, they are given a budget in the form of an advance payment. This advance can be millions of dollars. However, it is not free money, but rather a loan that the label expects to recoup in revenue brought in from the artist, with the intent to pay for everything an artist needs to create their album, including general living expenses, studio time, music videos, etc. In many cases, though, these young rappers don't budget at all and instead get carried away blowing their money on cars and jewelry, basically living like
doing dumb stuff, dumb shit.
Finally do finish their album and hand it over to the label for release, only to watch the sales come back much lower than expected. Thus, they refuse to spend more money on your promotion. When this happens, management will also likely pull back on the number of releases you can drop if your new songs are consistently flopping. And as we've seen on countless occasions, this leads to even more tension from artists who've been shelved by their labels.
When everybody said, oh, my record label's controlling me and I can't get out of this deal, bro, the record label's sitting back like, wait a minute. You didn't do anything. Your shit flopped. The $10 million we gave you was for you to make a dope project that wasn't gonna flop. You already broke your contract. So now you think we're gonna let you go away?
Still a business. Record label's still a business, man.
Owing us money? No.
Eventually, though, labels will decide they no longer want to work with an artist and then drop them. And while artists still have some money coming in from their past catalog, usually at this point it's nowhere near enough to fund that lavish lifestyle they had been living. You'll often hear rappers claim that it was their decision to go independent, which, while that could be part of it, at the same time, these major labels hold the power and influence in the industry.
Dang.
And if we're being honest,
bro got hella face tats. Look at all these face tats, bro.
One thing y'all gotta know is now your boy is independent, bro. I'm fully independent, just me. You feel me? I ain't get dropped by my label, no crazy shit, nothing like that.
Basically, me and my label, we just weren't seeing like eye to eye and shit, so they finally let me go after a long time.
Meanwhile, this whole time, all the bills these rappers had been putting off have also been quickly adding up. The rent on their new condo is due, the lease payment for that new sports car, lawyer fees, accountant fees, and then of course we can't forget taxes. Today, given how easy it is to record yourself straight from your bedroom, we've seen thousands of new artists blow up off 1 or 2 songs on SoundCloud or TikTok. However, with the music industry now more saturated than ever, it's time to answer the question, what happens after their 15 minutes of fame is up? There are 2 different routes a rapper can go once they've truly fallen off. Route 1 is to deny the fact that they fell off and continue with their career as if nothing happened, or Route 2 is to accept that they had a good run and peacefully depart onto something new. Let's start with the first one. While there's nothing wrong with continuing to make music because you simply love making it, and for the fans who still listen, whether that be a million or a few hundred, however, there are a few clear signs that a rapper's career has rapidly declined.
Pay all this money to just come here and stand like this. All look weird as shit.
Why he roasting the crowd? Oh
With
man.
significantly low album sales and streams will also come a significant decrease in the size of crowds at their shows. One of the best ways to judge an artist's true popularity is through physical ticket sales, because an artist like Smoke Perp can have 4 million followers on Instagram, but how many people will really come to his show? For this reason, you'll often see struggling
Looking
artists
a little light.
shift their focus to overseas
Looking a little
fans
light,
and try and
man.
rake in some money there while they still can. Since they typically only perform there once every few years, the venues sell out, which while that's great and fans seem to enjoy the performances, you just have to remember that an artist like H.E.R.D, who is posting and flexing about his sold-out dates in France, didn't even sell half the amount of tickets here in America. So then you'll begin to see them take smaller bookings such as frat parties and birthday events. In an effort to stay relevant, another tactic these falling rappers try is to hop on whatever wave and sound is currently trending at the moment, such as Smoke Perp clearly biting Yeet.
I mean, I couldn't tell the difference. All these dudes sound the same. They all sound the same. So I don't think anyone copying anybody. They all sound the same.
They can out of their music career. Others instead choose to leave on a more peaceful note. One of the rare cases where a former rapper becomes even more popular in the music space after rapping is Joe Budden, who following a total of 8 albums decided to officially retire in 2018 to focus solely on his new career as a podcast host. The same goes with Trinidad James, who after blowing up with his debut hit All Gold Everything was later dropped by his label in 2014. But now, along with landing a few acting roles, Trinidad James is also a host of the Full Size Run podcast on Complex.
I just feel that if niggas was gonna stop me from doing my thing in the game, they would have been stopped. And if you were gonna kill me, you should have killed me 5 years ago.
Once one of the hottest rappers out thanks to his smash Billboard #1, This Is Why I'm Hot, following just his second album, Mims chose to put the mic down and move into the technology field. A few years later, launching this new app called Record Brand with the goal to help artists and but while not every former rapper is smart enough to develop an app like Mims, nor do I see them having the patience to care for a farm, how do these other rappers make money? Often with criminal backgrounds and covered in face tattoos.
Now we get into the spicy stuff.
To land regular jobs after their music career fizzles out. So instead, one of the most common and easiest bags you'll see an artist desperate for money take is to begin posting promo all over social media. From
There we
posting and
go.
tagging clothing
I've
brands
seen
such as
these.
Fashion Nova, for example, to spamming reposts and hundreds of advertisements on their stories every single hour. Then you get artists like Smoke Perp, who after I was curious about how much he's charging for a feature these days, basically started begging me to buy one in my DMs. Now, to be honest, I actually like a lot of Smoke Perp's music and probably would have really tried to work with him for a verse. That is, if I hadn't seen the numerous posts and videos about the nightmare that ensues securing a Perp feature.
Anyways, we go back and forth. We agreed on him sending me just the vocals separately. He never sends them.
And who knows how many of these other SoundCloud rappers are out here scamming what used to be their loyal fans just for a few $100. Fans agree to pay these rappers to hop on their song and send them the money, only to be ghosted by them and never hear anything back. However, there's definitely other ways these rappers get money too. Driving for Uber Eats and DoorDash is actually pretty common, especially since these rappers don't have to show their face delivering food, along with some also becoming truck drivers such as former Houston rapper Lil Troy. Working like this allows them to avoid getting called out such as Young Jock and Roscoe Dash have been, both of them going viral after multiple people claim to see them driving for Uber and Lyft.
As an entrepreneur, it's important to have multiple sources of income. The Lyft is no exception to creating multiple sources of income.
Yo. He said my man said nothing wrong with driving Lyft. It's funny because my man's over here with the fur on, with hella necklaces on, glasses like he a rock star, but he pulling up like driving Lyft. It's like he's driving Lyft with all that shit on. Imagine your Lyft driver coming like, or your the person that's delivering food. Hey, here's your McDonald's, and my man's looking like a rock star. You'll be like, bro, what the hell you doing? Why are you coming here with all that on? I see what he was trying to do, but it didn't hit. sorry, bruh, it didn't hit. But anyway, let's continue.
Working for call centers or remote jobs from home is another frequent route many go to avoid showing their face. Because while again there's nothing wrong with working at Walmart, as we saw with this post that went viral last year allegedly showing Ugly God working there, despite Ugly God himself saying it was Photoshopped, the picture spread all over social media as fans got a good laugh, many believing that his rap money had truly dried out. Similar to Bun B, some rappers try and get into the food and restaurant business, such as Blueface with his soul food spot, Blues Fish and Soul, or another SoundCloud rapper, Methazine, who owns multiple Subway locations.
Have you smoked that? I still got ISIS, but like, I got a couple businesses already.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Dang, you got 2 Subways already? That's very impressive. And you're
didn't
20.
fire nobody. It's just still working itself, you feel me?
You'll also see some artists go back to college or finish getting their degree online. Some, like Designer, rent different properties out that they own. Some, like Blueface, Lil Pump, or the Island Boys, go the OF route. Some, like Fetty Wap, go back to making money in the streets. Some continue to work behind the scenes in the industry, ghostwriting or producing. Then you'll get a rare case like T Grizzly, who after beginning to stream on Twitch now claims to make over $200K a month just playing.
Yeah, I heard he make big bread.
I created a server, a Grand Theft Auto server. I get paid from the server, because you got to pay to get in. I stream it on Twitch, right? I get paid from Twitch. I take the Twitch videos that I already streamed, put it on YouTube, get paid from YouTube. It turns to down there $50 a week.
But another very common and easy bag a lot of these guys take.
This is pretty much the end of the video. I think I got a good gist of how this operates. Some of these artists, they smart with their bread. Some of them not. Some of them wasn't smart with their bread, but then they figured out a way how to get smart with their bread, and some of them was not smart with their bread at all and still not smart with their bread. So moral of the story is save your money. That's all I got to say about that, man. Look, my whole thing is, whether you're an artist all the way at the top, whether you're at the bottom, whether, there's nothing wrong with working a normal job. That's what people need to understand. And another thing is, too, you have to save your money. You have to invest it in different things. That's what I say to all my artists. And please don't get face tattoos. If you want to get face tattoos, wait until you're a multi-millionaire. Even then, don't get that shit. There's nothing like a clean image. You pull up to a meeting, you clean, you sharp, you don't have no crap on your face, even neck, it's just all that stuff. It can hurt business. You know what I'm saying? And you got to make sure business is on point. You heard? But anyway, man, let me know what y'all think of the video, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the boy. And as always, stay true, stay heard. I'm gone. Yeah.